Hello Farecla followers, my name is DJ, I am the marketing assistant for Farecla and coordinator of the apprentice and student bonnet painting competition. And today we are pleased to announce that the entry for the competition is now open. In today's update, I'll be giving an overview of the 2019 competition, including how to enter, all the details on the design brief, and the prizes you can win. So without further ado, let's get started. The search is on to find the UK's most talented apprentice and student painters. Entrants are tasked with designing and painting a bonnet that is in keeping with the design brief, within their place of employment or education, under the supervision of their mentor. Entrants are asked to submit photos of their bonnet, in addition to a brief description of their process and the products used. All entries are then judged in a preliminary round, resulting in some being shortlisted for the semi-finals, and then later the grand final, where the top 5 bonnets are reviewed by our expert panel of judges. We recently put together some recap videos of the 2018 contest, so be sure to check them out. The winning bonnet chosen by our expert panel of judges will be awarded the grand prize of £1,000 in addition to a Farecla G+ polishing machine and a full set of Farecla polishing materials. In addition, the winning bonnet will be displayed on the Farecla stand at the Advanced Engineering Show at the Birmingham NEC, where the winner will be awarded their prize as a VIP guest. The runner-up will receive a cheque for £500 and a full set of Farecla polishing materials, and the other grand finalist will receive £250 and a full set of Farecla polishing materials. There is also the GoPro prize, which will go to the best and most creative series of photos and videos that showcase the making of your bonnet. Last year's multimedia winner and semi-finalist Alex Campbell submitted several video clips showcasing his process. Get creative and you could win the GoPro prize, even if your entry doesn't make the finals or the semi-finals. If you have hopes of winning the grand prize, your bonnet is not only going to have to wow our judges, but also comply with this year's design brief. There are 3 key rules when it comes to your design that you need to be aware of. Design brief rule number 1, the competition colour palette. Your bonnet design must only use the Farecla colour palette of yellow, black, white, greys and silvers. While this may initially seem limiting, there's still a lot of creative freedom. First of all, the subject of your bonnet is entirely your choice. It can be abstract, geometrical shapes, animals, whatever you want. It's completely up to you, as long as the colour scheme is yellow, black, white and grey. For example, you could take something simple such as a Union Jack and replace the blue with black, the red with yellow, and keeping the white as white. That would comply with the rules of the competition. The colour reference for Farecla yellow is RAL 1018 or Pantone 116C. We recommend using a 500 gram or 1 kilogram bottle of Farecla compound as a colour reference for matching the yellow. Design rule number 2, your bonnet must feature a Farecla logo. A Farecla logo must be painted somewhere on the bonnet and be in keeping with the competition colour scheme. The logo can either be in a single colour or with a coloured accent. The logos can be downloaded from the competition website. The placement and the size of the logo is completely up to you. It can be as a sign-off, a headline or incorporated within the design itself. As long as it's visible and in keeping with the competition colour palette, it's A-OK. Finally, rule number 3. Your bonnet must be no wider than 1.6 metres and no longer than 1.6 metres. This is so we can ensure that the bonnet can be transported safely and displayed correctly. Otherwise, you're free to pick any bonnet model. Interested in entering? Let's go through the entry form and competition rules. The entry form is now available to download from the Farecla website, along with the design brief. If you're thinking of taking part or sponsoring an entrant in this year's contest, then you need to be aware of these rules along with the design brief. At the time of entering, the entrant must be an accredited apprentice painter, active student or 2018-19 graduate, and if requested, be able to supply proof of their status. Each entrant must also be sponsored by their college tutor, body shop employer or mentor, and their signature is required on the entry form in addition to the entrance. Only 1 bonnet per entrant is allowed, and of course the submission must be the entrant's own work. The entrant and the sponsor are also responsible for sourcing the bonnet. Please be aware that if you win the contest, the bonnet will become the property of Farecla. Finally, the competition is only open to UK-based entrants. We did look into the possibility of opening the competition beyond the UK, but it was ultimately decided that it just wasn't viable at this time. If you are a tutor or responsible for multiple apprentices that are interested in taking part, you may of course sponsor multiple entrants. To help entrants, Farecla will be sending participants an entry pack with polishing and painting materials from Farecla. Please understand that there will be an upper limit on the number of these, so be sure to get your entry in early to avoid disappointment. We'll be showing you the contents of the entry pack in a later update, but I can confirm the pack will contain a sample of the new G360 Superfast compound. With the design brief and rules out of the way, let's take a look at some of the important dates and deadlines. 28th of June, entry form closing date. If you plan on entering, we ask that you get your entry form to us by the 28th of June at the very latest. The sooner you get your entry form in, the sooner you'll receive your entry pack. 2nd of August, submission closing date. We'll be taking a look at the submission guide at a later date, but what we require from each entrant is a high quality photo of their bonnet and a brief description of the process and products used. Don't forget, you can submit multiple photos and videos showcasing the making of your bonnet if you wish to be considered for the best multimedia submission prize. If you sign up on the day of this video, then you'll have just shy of 21 weeks to submit your entry. We would hate for your hard work to go unrecognised, but please understand that we'll have to be strict with this deadline, so be sure to leave plenty of time for submitting your entry. We'll be announcing further details at a later date, but after a preliminary internal review at HQ, we'll be shortlisting the submissions to a semi-final selection, which will then be shared publicly. Once the semi-finals have concluded, we'll be left with the final 5, which leads into the 2nd of October 2019 Grand Final. The final 5 bonnets will be brought to Farécla HQ, where our expert panel of judges will be reviewing their submissions and choosing the bonnets to be awarded grand prize and runner-up. Be sure to save the date, as we anticipate hosting a live stream similar to last year's. Stay tuned, as details on the final will be announced nearer the time. The winning entrant and their mentor will be invited as VIP guests of Farécla to Advanced Engineering 2019, hosted at the Birmingham NEC, where they will receive their prize on the Farécla stand. That's all for today, but in the coming months, myself and the Farécla team will bring you further content, including a look at what to expect in the entry pack, the submission guidelines, tips and tricks, a preview of the judging panel, and of course, details on the finals. Be sure to visit farecla.com/BPC for all the sign-up forms and details about the bonnet painting competition. Until next time, thank you for watching, and on behalf of the team here at Farécla HQ, we wish all of our entrants the best of luck.